It's absurd how much I love Journey Spice. Journey Spice, non-GMO, no salt, no sugar, just all sorts of goodness and smart, environmentally friendly packaging. Pinch the top, take it off. Food tastes better. Comes in singles, 2-packs, and 4-packs. It's Journey Spice. Find them at Amazon.com. Time for Denver's best sports talk with the Altitude Daily.
This is the Altitude Daily Podcast. Everything you can't miss from today on Altitude Sports Radio. Moser, Lombardi, and Kane.
Yeah, I think everyone's excited, with Bo taking huge steps he did last year throughout the season. And, when we're closing out the season, he's easily one of the best quarterbacks, one of the most I want to say, just his ability to run and throw and extend plays and keep his eyes downfield. And that's one thing that he brought with him from college, and just watching him grow throughout the year and just going into year two and coming from OTAs and minicamp. I'm really excited for, what this offense has coming this season.
When he takes off and runs, I think he's got way more athleticism than people originally realized. But for you, when you're running a route, how many times are you looking back, taking a look where he's at and just being like, find open space, get open space for him? Yeah,
literally. That's the thing. Just get open space for him, because, he'll roll out left and throw it right, and he'll throw it across his body, just crazy arming. That's kind of how, the quarterback is nowadays. You don't really have the pocket passers like the Brady's and the Peyton Mannings anymore. Most of these guys can get out of the pocket, extend plays, and I think Bo is one of the best extenders in the NFL right now. And just his confidence in us, and we have a system, to get open and all that stuff and what he likes. And, we try to do as much as we can for him, because he's grown a lot. His eyes are strictly downfield. He's not trying to run until he has to.
Marvin, they've certainly opened things up for you more than they did in your rookie season. And again, we talk about it all the time. I just think there's so much potential there with you inside this offense. Without giving anything away to us or anybody else, do you feel like that could be coming for you personally, that you have a lot to offer in a unique way for this football team?
Yeah, for sure. And I think we've had, some moving around with the coaching staff, and, just after good year, guys, be able to get higher jobs in other places. And so now all types of, I'm doing stuff now that I haven't done in the past 2 years since I've been here. And it's been great, and it's been cool, and just be able to learn from, Cortland Sutton, who might have done it, and all these other guys in the room. And we have a talented young group, and, Cortland being oldest, and then we brought in Trent Sherfield too. And, it's just being able to learn from these guys every day, go out there and just try new stuff. And Kerry Colbert, our receiver coach, he encourages us to try new stuff right now and see what works for us. But this offense is, open right now. And everyone's trying to, compete for a spot and do what they can. But, just being out there and watching each other compete. And, against the secondary we have in practice, those guys are incredible at secondary. They're probably one of the best secondaries in the league right now. So just see what we got up against them and just keep going.
The Altitude Daily, the morning sprint.
So I don't think there's a way for the Nuggets to play the copycat game that everyone else is trying to do in all of their other sports, which is why the Kevin Durant conversation the other day, while it is very pie in the sky, likely 0% chance that it would ever happen, do you lean even farther in the other direction? Find the mismatch that OKC would have a really tough time defending. It is Kevin Durant. Spot-up shooter, can make his own shot. I know he's getting older, but still has 2 or 3 elite years likely left in him if he stays healthy. Maybe you lean so far in the other direction that you go, we know we don't have depth because we can't build it internally, and that's the only way that you can build it in the NBA is internally. The draft picks are gone. The prospect pool is dry. Do you lean so far in the other direction that you go, screw it? We'll just have 6 awesome players, and if you can get another elite superstar, you can find a way to stagger the starts where Joker and KD are always, one of them is always on the floor. Maybe you do that because you can't emulate them. You can't do it. Not without blowing everything up and taking a giant step back.
If you were to go out and get KD, are you parting ways with 2 of your current starters?
Yes.
Is that worth it for a player that is 36, will be 37?
Will be 37. Depends how long you think the Joker prime is. How long is Joker's prime?
Which star, and I'd love to hear from you, Shant Maz, the text line, 303-504-0925.
the Safeway Twitch feed. Which star would you be willing to part with for a talent like Kevin Durant?
Christian Braun, Jamal Murray, and a pick.
It's really, I think it's between two players. Because it's going to probably be, I think that Christian Brown's probably included in that.
If you want to get
But I
any
think
type of impact player, Christian Braun has to be in the trade.
I think it's going to be Christian Brown plus either Michael Porter Jr. or Jamal Murray. You're losing 2/5 of your starting lineup. Is that worth it?
It'd be a tough sell, a really tough sell, but you do get a better shooter.
The Altitude Daily. Columbus, Hastings, and DMac.
How do you think the Broncos would fare against the winner of the AFC South in the playoffs if they had to go on the road, and say that game was either in Houston or Jacksonville?
Oh, it'd be the best scenario you could possibly get, that's
right?
for sure.
And I think that's a more likely scenario for the Broncos based on what kind of year they're about to have, in my opinion. I don't think they're facing the Bills. They may face the Chiefs, which would be interesting. If the Chiefs are slightly down but still win, that could possibly happen. But I think the more likely scenario is the Broncos will have the best wild card record, and they'll play the winner of the AFC South will have the worst division record. And they'll win.
Okay.
How about that?
Well, you'd rather have that than the AFC East or North, right?
Yes. Yes, because you're likely talking about the Ravens or the Bills, and that would be bad news. I wouldn't hate, though, Broncos Chiefs in the first round. I wouldn't hate that. You know, nobody knows the Chiefs better than the Broncos. You know, I mean,
so
been there, done that many times.
Where did the Chargers finish in this? Where did the Steelers finish in this?
I think the Steelers don't make the playoffs.
Okay.
And I think the Chargers are the other wild card team. I think you get 3 teams from the AFC West in the playoffs. How's that for a hot
take? Are we
take?
discounting the Raiders this year already?
I am.
DMac is.
I am, yeah.
I'm not.
I think Raiders are going to be good.
I do too.
Sure.
They're going to be real good. For the Broncos to win the wild card, they got to sweep probably both those teams, though. I mean, for them to be as good as what you're saying, they got to sweep both the Chargers and the Raiders.
First-year coach.
Which they lost both to the Chargers last year, won both against the Raiders.
Okay.
Hey, bring it on. Bring it on. Why be afraid of anybody? Seriously. And I like Orlovsky's confidence. I think the Steelers with Aaron Rodgers are going to be a train wreck. I think Tomlin's going to get fired by the end of the season or when the season's over. I think his time there is done. Their approach to quarterback, to me, makes no sense. I think it's just a train wreck organization who's done squad douche in the playoffs, even though they've made it year after year. I think they're toast.
The Altitude Daily. Kretman and Lindahl.
Here are your options in Bleep, Marry, Kill today.
Well, I want to be clear.
There's a reason why we picked these 3 specifically, because they are right in that sweet tradable spot contract-wise.
4.5 to 6.5 million is what we're looking at in these salary ranges. And I'm not putting Arturi Lekin in there because he's too good a value for what he does for you at 4.5. He's out.
Marty Natchez.
Yep.
Will make
Party.
$6.5 million next year.
Yep.
He has 1 year left on his deal.
Yes, he does.
Charlie Coyle, friend of the program, will make $5.25 million next year. He has 1 year left on his deal. Samuel Gerard, will make $5 million next year. He has 2 years left currently on his deal.
But a good deal for the skill set.
Yes. Okay.
A desirable player, I would say. And then I think you could toy with the idea of Josh Manson if you wanted to. I believe it's $4.5 million.
Mm-hmm. But for the sake of the exercise, we'll keep it to these 3. Natchez, Coyle, Gerard. Bleep, Marry, Kill, Andy. Go.
You know, the guy I think, here's what makes this tough. What really is the deal with Marty Natchez? You and I began kicking this idea around because there was a report. What's the deal with how you spell your name? No, there was the report 3 weeks ago that Natchez maybe didn't enjoy his time here. Mm-hmm. And again, you and I have talked about it where, look, the cameras caught it. Nathan McKinnon and even Lyles hinted at it. Nathan is an intense guy to play with. And I'm not sure you're always completely ready for the intensity. It is one of the things that you and I said had made Mikko Rantanen unique. he didn't seem to mind the intensity of shifts with Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah.
Frankly, Jonathan Drouin is going to be, he's a free agent right now. I'm not looking to bring him back, but that is also another guy that's used to playing with Nathan McKinnon. I would shop Natchez for this reason. Not because he was bad as an Avalanche.
He wasn't.
He really wasn't. But that's the guy. If you're talking about these three, Charlie Coyle is older. Charlie Coyle is you don't quite save as much money with him. And frankly, now that you've locked down Nelson, Coyle gives you that third line center. Now you got the three solid centers that you're looking for. And $5.25 million, that's not bad. And guess what? If for some reason Coyle isn't working out for you by the time you get to the deadline, there's a guy that could be traded again, much like you just did with last year's acquisition in Casey Middlestat, right? Yep. So I think that you could hold on to him. You'd save a little bit more money with Natchez. But I would also I'm trading Sam Girard this year. I'm trading two of them. I would trade two of the three right now because I think there's a very intriguing free agent list out there. I think you could get draft picks for the guys that we're talking about, and they need to restock the draft cupboards.
You've been listening to the Altitude Daily. Catch us live weekdays on 92.5 FM, the Altitude Sports Radio app, twitch.tv/AltitudeSR, youtube.com/Altitude Sports Radio, and your favorite smart speaker. Say Altitude Sports Radio.